Hello, everyone. Welcome to my 61st live stream. So, just so you know, I'm going to be changing the date. So, sorry about this, guys, but I actually decided to do this live stream today. I hope that's all right with you guys. And yeah, there we go. So, this is going to be a throwback live stream on season 6, episode 10, The Next World. So, let me get the call started and maybe I can talk to Matt or somebody. So let's see who's open to chat. All right, here we go. It is chat time. Let's see. Does anyone hear me? Let's see.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Matt. How are you?
Not bad, man. Yourself?
Uh, pretty good. Pretty good. I was having a really slow, boring day, so I decided, just why not watch the episode and start the live stream a day early. So I don't know. Like it really wasn't planned. Like I was gonna do it tomorrow, but I decided like everyone else in my life had kind of has plans, and then my plans got canceled. So yeah, I figured why not just do the stream.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm down.
So what did you think about this episode? Because like looking back on it, it's not a bad episode, but there's a couple of things like nitpicks, I guess. So one of them is it really does feel like the budget is an issue. Like after like episode 9, No Way Out, like they only had like 10 characters that were allowed in this episode or something. Like because it was mostly a Rick, Daryl, Paul, and a little bit of Michonne and Spencer this episode. I mean, Carl Enid too, but like we really did not get a whole lot of other characters like Rosita, Glenn, Abraham, Sasha. Like, where are all they?
Honestly, I'm a huge fan of this episode just because we get to see like Rick and Daryl just hanging out. Like, I actually really do enjoy the comedic aspect of it when you've got like Daryl chasing Jesus through the field.
Yeah, man, like uh I mean in this episode the way they went about it, Rick and Daryl made a couple mistakes in this episode, but yeah, we'll talk about that throughout. Looks like Dan
Hey
joined
guys.
us. Hey Dan,
Hey, Dan.
thanks for coming. Just want to apologize ahead of time. Yeah, I'm doing this a day early. Like I guess it kind of came as a shock. I just figured my plans got canceled, so I figured why not do the stream today
No
instead.
problem, man.
So, me and Epic were just talking about this episode and how, looking back on it, it really becomes more clear that like yeah, the episode had a budget issue. Like there were like 10 characters, and this was a mostly Rick Daryl meets Paul episode because like Glenn, Rosita, so many other characters didn't really show up this episode. Like Abraham, Sasha.
This episode had like limited characters, that's for sure.
I mean, it
It
kind of
works in its favor though, in my opinion, just because I feel like this is a really like strong episode for Rick and Daryl. Plus, I love the introduction of Jesus. So, like, honestly, I didn't think this episode really needed too many characters.
No, that's true. This episode was it was very good because it like I don't know I do like I'm not a big fan of bottle episodes, but when they're done this way, like especially because Rick and Daryl are my two favorites, I think it works pretty good.
Rick
yeah.
and Daryl leading a bottle episode, in my opinion, isn't like even a bottle episode really, because it's like those are like the two like main man characters right there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Uh, so, okay, so with the episode, actually, this might surprise you guys. I preferred Paul's introduction in the comic books.
Me too. I actually did. I mean, I a lot of people actually hate on his introduction in the TV show. I actually liked it, to be honest, but I do agree the comic did his character better, and also as a character, he's better in the comic.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, he's not a good character in the show, but I think he's great in this episode though.
Yeah, he's definitely like sneaky, that's for sure.
You know what's funny is the only episodes that I actually like Paul's character is his introduction episode and the episode when he dies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I can
know.
see that.
It's weird. It's like he starts off good and then he's like super disappointing and then at the end it's like when he dies in episode 8 of season 9, you're kind of like, man, if he continued to be like this, like, oh, I wish like they could have kept him, you know?
Yeah, season 8, man. I don't know what they were thinking with Paul's character in season 8, but when he's on that whole like mercy mission of just sparing every savior possible, I'm like, listen, man, we're at like a war right now. Like, if you went to like a war in real life, right? Like I'll just bring this up, but like, say like we go like say someone goes to war, right? Like a country goes to war. It's not like
Yeah.
there's going to be one of the soldiers who are going to be like, oh, we can't kill any of the enemies. Let's try and spare them all.
No, I know. And like honestly, I know that not everybody likes Tara, but like I was like fully supporting Tara's decision of being like yeah, like we have a job to do. Let's come here for what we came for.
Well, they're trying to kill us, so we have to fight back and kill them.
Exactly. Like honestly, like it's cruel, but like honestly, you have a job to do, you do it. Like I don't understand why like he was so back and forth.
Exactly. And in my opinion, it's not really like super cruel. It's just more like if we don't kill them, then they're going to come and they're going to kill us. And Negan is just going to re-enslave all the communities again.
Exactly. That's the thing about it too, is that it's like I don't know, like, and also I think Jesus's character, like season 8 was definitely his worst, but like I don't know, even like season 7 at times, some of the stuff he was doing, I'm like, I just like season 7, I was more so saying like he could be better, but I still didn't like I wasn't too upset with his character, but then season 8 comes around and I'm just like, okay, like I am super upset with his character.
It's
You know,
funny because you have. Oh, go ahead, Brian.
I was just gonna say, like, you know what's crazy? Just rewatching this, I'm like, oh yeah, Paul did that trick. He tricked Rick and Daryl with the whole fireworks things, and it sounded like a gun, gunshots. And then he took the keys, like he had all this, but he gets tricked by a 14-year-old when he jumps out of a van in season 7. Like, that's what I
I
don't
know.
get. Like he's the trickster, not the tricky or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of weird. So just wanted to
Well,
bring that up.
that's actually like that's something about him in season 7 too. Is that I actually like I didn't I still like I was saying like I actually was still okay with his character in season 7 because I like the scene when like the hilltop, like there's those fires around and like him and Sasha kill those walkers and stuff, like, and then he sneaks in the back of the truck. Like I actually liked him around that time, but as soon as, yeah, I think that's probably the first moment from him that I was like a little like kind of shocked about, is that like Carl like outsmarted him. I'm like, really? Like that's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carl out of all people.
I know.
This episode was actually written by Angela King and Corey Reed.
uh,
So
Angela
Yeah.
Kang. I forgot Angela Kang wrote episodes before she was a showrunner.
Yeah, that this well, I mean, honestly, like they gave her too. Like you got to think, out of all the episodes in season 6, they gave her more of a chill episode, and she still did a great job. So that's awesome.
Yeah, when I heard Angela Kang, I'm like, oh yeah, no wonder this is a good episode.
Yeah, because it's like you would think like if somebody like Gimple wrote this episode, you would just be like, yeah, it would just be like one of those like episodes you could just skip. But like the way, like I can guarantee this is why this episode's so good, to be honest.
Exactly.
all right, so yeah, let's talk about the episode. So like at the beginning, we have the whole intro scene where Rick is, putting on his belt, and we get to see Carl with his, bandaged eye, and Michonne is also like living with them. So, according to
Honestly, though, like when I saw this scene, the one thing I kept like wondering, because because I read the comics obviously around this time, and I'm just like watching it. I'm like, I was kind of like wondering if they were going to start this episode like by them already being in a relationship. Like for a minute, I was like, are they just going to like say they already are or something? Like,
yeah, I thought they already confirmed Rashon, but that happens later in the episode.
Definitely.
Let's see. Oh wait, hold on, guys, 1 second. Okay, so we have. Oh yeah, so on Talking Dead, they confirmed that it's been 2 months since No Way Out for the characters, but like Mackie and some of the other characters, they say it's only been weeks. So that part's a little bit confusing, but I don't
Yeah,
Yeah.
know.
Polish, right?
Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure what to believe, to be honest, because like to me, it only like the way the characters look, they make it seem like it's only been a few weeks, but I mean, a few months. I don't know.
I really don't know. It's kind of hard to get a feel for it. And like, yeah, we have the part where Denise is walking in Alexandria, and I don't know. It did feel like when I saw this, I'm just like, man, like, I mean, I get they can't show Glenn and Abraham and other characters because you got to give them the paycheck, but like, Alexandra looks really like kind of deserted in this episode, even though we only see it for a little bit, like
It
everything.
does. Like this is an episode that like is gonna. It kind of looks like I feel like that's what if they're ever gonna even show Alexandria in these extra episodes. I feel like that's what they're gonna make it look like.
Yeah, and then season 7 and 8, there's like dozens of and dozens of new Alexandrians during the war. Um,
Yeah. Well, we
that,
got to get those red shirt deaths.
yeah,
Definitely.
that's true. And this was actually interesting. So when Rick and Daryl are driving away, we get to see the memorial wall. So I actually kind of have it right here. It's a bunch of characters. Danish, Jeffrey, now Carter, we know him. Holly, Shelly. I'm sure you guys remember her. She was the pasta lady that got. She was the first casualty, I think, from the wolves attack.
Oh yeah.
And
Man,
then
that's still like that was such a like a that was such like a out of nowhere scene. I love that scene the way they did that though.
yeah, we have Richards alive when oof, yeah, that's a worse way to go.
That's a
Um,
brutal death right there.
yeah. A lot of characters. Let's see. We have yeah, just a whole bunch of characters are where Nicholas and then Glenn's name is crossed out or like it's the letters are like erased kind of. And yeah. So anyways, we have Eugene mentioning like, sorghum and stuff and that's where they're going to go looking. And after that, we have, Rick mentions how, yeah, see, like they mentioned how they haven't encountered anyone in weeks, and it's like, I think Rick mentioned that, so that was a little bit, confusing. But then Rick puts in that disc, and Daryl, this part was kind of funny because I'm just like, well, why is Daryl, saying no to Rick? And it's like Rick puts in this music, and it's like, oh, that's why. Like this music is terrible. like Rick is.
I like how he uses the excuse though. He's just like it draws them away from home. It's just like yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, Rick. And then like Rick has like closes the windows, locks them, and just like blasts it. And Daryl's just you just see Daryl screaming like in the car, like this music sucks or this song sucks. Like Rick's an awesome protagonist, but my goodness, he has a terrible taste in music.
Man, would you imagine though if they did like if would you imagine if Rick like plays like Easy Street or something, and then like a few episodes into season 7 or something, that's the music they used to torture him, and instead of annoying him, it just like makes him sad or something. That would just be crazy.
Or like, what if characters they're going through a radio, and then one of the songs plays Easy Street, and then Daryl like just punches it and breaks it, and he's like, not that one. Like like that would be kind of funny. So okay, so yeah, what else do we have? Okay, so yeah, we have Michonne on lookout, and then she sees Spencer going with a shovel, and at first, like I really did not think they were gonna reintroduce Deanna as a walker, but I mean that happens later in the episode. But when it happened, I was kind of surprised because the way they set up the mid-season finale, like it feels like this is. I mean, we'll get to it, but I feel like it's a retcon.
It is. It definitely is. It felt like a stretch that like they didn't find her during the No Way Out stuff because like they killed like every walker. Like I don't know. It like I'm not saying it's unrealistic that she would be out. You like this episode? I think I would have just rather during all like the No Way Out episode, you just see Spencer like find her or something, and then she just like gets killed. Like the zombie version of her just gets killed by Spencer in No Way Out.
Yeah. So we get to see Maggie, her only appearance in the episode, talking to Enid, and I really thought they were going to set up the whole Sophia thing. Like, Maggie maybe just talks to Enid, and like maybe we would have gotten like a mention of like her and Glenn wanting to adopt her or something, but we never really got that. So I don't know. I'm just so confused with Enid's character, like what they were setting up, just like a friendship or a little sister. Like I really don't know what Enid was to Maggie.
Honestly, in the end, though, that's the thing about Enid's character is that in the end, it's like I do like Enid's character, but you got to think about it. She's kind of a back and forth character. She's like they set up the Glenn and Maggie parents idea, the Carl relationship thing. Then that went down. Then they had the whole like doctor idea, and then like the Alden stuff. Like I don't know. Like I don't. Do you guys know what I mean? Like it's like she
Alden?
always like had a
Or no.
switch up.
Not Alden, Enid. Honestly, with her character, she just feels like a mistake and like a complete cluster of ideas that Gimple has no idea what he wants to do with it. So then Carl dies too. That at that point when Carl died, I'm like, okay, the Enid character, in my opinion, is completely useless now. So I'm glad in season 9 they're just like, yeah, okay, we just got to get rid of this character.
That's true. It's almost like they tried to like use her character for longer, and it's like they wanted to keep her around, so they had the whole doctor idea kind of start up, and then as soon as they like Angela started writing like 9:15, she's just like, yeah, you know what, I could use her for a Pike death.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's crazy looking back on it. She's still, if Carl didn't die, I still think that like the Pike death that works so well because I didn't expect it.
Definitely. That was the most shocking.
It should have been Carl that seen Enid on them pikes, not freaking
Chandler's off like the show now, so they're just like, part of me kind of feels like they would have just kept her around like Sophia in the comic.
I think so too, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the way the comics ended, Carl, if he was gonna survive, he would have needed a Sophia. He would have needed a girl, and it's so refreshing. Like
it is the outpost, and you have